I'm Champaign native Emily Harrington. You're watching the podcast where townies and transplants share their tales of tears and triumphs, losses and wins, proving week after week that everyone has a story to tell. Welcome to HyperLocals. Hello, and welcome back to the next episode of the HyperLocals podcast. I am excited. He has been on my radar for a very long time. We are in similar athletic circles for our children, I would say, his youngest and my oldest. This is Ronald Baker. Hello.
Hello.
Ron, what do most people call you?
Most people call me Ron.
Ron.
Yep, I have a couple of people to call me Ronnie, but Ron, I'd say I hear more Ron or Ron Baker, all one word.
Sure. Ron Baker. Yes. Well, you have been on my radar. I wanted to talk to you because I see what you write basically on Facebook.
Right.
And you're a real community advocate. Can I say that?
Yeah, sure, yes.
Okay. You're raising three boys. And African-American males are at the center of what you are trying to advocate for, would you say?
Yeah, correct. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. So we will kind of get to that, but let's start at the beginning. You're a Decatur guy.
Decatur guy, born and raised in Decatur.
Is Decatur the one that everyone says is smelly?
Smelly. Yes, it's the soybean capital of the world.
Okay.
I mean, it's got good old ADM and Tate and Lyle there.
Okay.
And everybody who goes to Decatur, gets the smell. My dad worked at Staley's when we were younger.
Okay.
And he always used to say it's the smell of money.
Oh, that's so funny.
So
what is Staley's? What are they producing?
Soybeans. They both produce corn and soybeans.
Okay.
So you just have those two big manufacturers there that make up, I'm going to throw out a number, 60% of probably the economy in Decatur. I'm not sure.
Sure.
But that's...
Staley's is still around?
Staley's is still around.
Wow, okay. What did your parents do for a living?
So my dad worked at Staley's for a little bit and then got laid off. And then ended up working at Federal Express or FedEx.
Okay.
And that was probably a majority of my childhood. And then my mom is actually an immigrant. She came over from the Netherlands.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So mom and dad met when my dad was stationed in the Air Force in Germany.
Okay.
And they started dating, and she came over about a year after he was done and got married, had me, and she's been in the States ever since.
Are your parents still with us?
Yes, still with us.
Still in Decatur?
Still in Decatur.
Still married?
Still married.
Well, that's pretty good odds, right?
Pretty good.
Pretty good. And you end up meeting your wife, Gina, in Decatur. She's also
from Decatur. We went to rival high schools. I graduated from MacArthur High School in 1999. She graduated from Eisenhower in 2000.
Okay.
I've known her. She has a large family. Her maiden name is Taylor.
Okay.
Her mother's maiden name is Cruz. And those two families in Decatur are pretty well known. I mean, both her mom and dad both have 7 or 8 aunts and uncles on both sides. So I always made the joke that
you'd end up with one of them.
I don't know about one of them, but she has a ton of cousins.
Oh, that's so funny.
So I've known Janina for a long time, but we formally met when I was in my sophomore year in college, her freshman year in college at the Woods at Millikan.
Oh, okay. So where did you go to college?
I went to Millikan.
Okay, where'd she go?
She went to Illinois Wesleyan.
Okay. Are these neighbor schools?
Once again, rivals. So Millikan and Decatur, Illinois Wesleyan and Bloomington.
Okay.
And that was football. I didn't play football in college, but Millikan and Wesleyan were the two big rivals there. That was the one game that the Millikan Big Blue put on their schedule and said if we don't beat anybody, we have to beat Wesleyan.
So at what point did you start dating?
New Year's. We met New Year's Eve, 2001. Janina's going to kill me. We met then, and
like a party.
At a party.
Okay.
New Year's Eve party.
Her campus or yours?
My campus.
Okay.
And she was there over Christmas break.
Okay.
And so I probably was partaking in a couple beverages and was feeling good.
Yes, feeling confident.
I was walking up, introducing myself to people, and I remember I said, "Hi, I'm Ron Baker," or whatever. And
Sure.
And her exact words were, "I know who you are." And I
Oh,
was like,
really?
"Oh." And that's what I said. "Oh, really?"
Okay. Did you know who she was?
I did.
You
I
did. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
So there's a familiarity there.
Correct.
For sure.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. What kind of student were you? Studious?
It depends on what point in time of my life. I mean,
Okay.
it got better as it went on.
Okay.
And we'll get to, I mean, some of that, in elementary school, I was a little more deviant. Fifth, sixth grade, I was, trying to be the popular kid. I'd probably say at times I was kind of the school bully.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh, I'm surprised by that.
yeah. But I had a couple of good teachers who, kind of redirected me and put me in my place
Sure. Okay.
appropriately.
Okay.
But I had a couple instances that have stood out in my life and have given me some direction on why the things that I say to kids now or how I say things to my boys based off of some of those experiences. But definitely elementary school, I was testing boundaries. Middle school, still testing some of those same boundaries.
Are you an only child?
No, I'm the oldest of three boys.
Okay.
I have two younger brothers.
Okay. Okay. So a similar setup
Correct. Yep.
to what you've got.
Yep.
Okay. So the bully word, why do you think you took on that title, that role? You seemed like such a nice guy.
Yeah, I mean, everybody has some periods there. I don't know. I think I got caught up when I was young. I got caught up in trying to be popular with another one of my good friends, and we were kind of the fit, athletic kind of kids, and at times we sat there and picked on people. Sometimes because of what they looked like or clothes they wore or stuff like that. And I'll never forget, and it was sixth grade, my teacher, Mrs. Hayes, pulled me and my friend out of the classroom and put us in the hallway, and she looked at us, and I don't know if I can curse here, but she said, "Who in the hell do you guys think you are?" And we looked, and I know I started crying.
Oh, no.
And she said, "Well, you guys called this individual this name," and it was a very vulgar name. So to see my short sixth grade teacher saying what we said.
Sure.
And she said, "You called so-and-so this?" And I just stood there. She told me, she said, "He doesn't want to come to school anymore because of what you guys are sitting there and saying to him, at the lunch table." And she said, "Hey, it either stops or I'm calling your parents and we're going to discuss this with them." And so since then, I've never picked on another kid in that manner.
Regrets about picking on that kid.
I regret the fact that he felt that way.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a bad, and I see that now in some of the kids that I coach.
Oh, yeah.
So yes, I don't ever want to make another person feel that way.
But you kicked that habit by sixth grade. Could have been a lot worse.
It could have been worse. But the results of it could have been worse though also.
Sure.
But I remember Miss Hayes for that, and I remember how bold she was to pull us out and to put us in our place.
And to swear.
Oh,
which is like a no-no.
It was a no-no. But I had a lot of respect for her though.
Sure.
And not because of that incident, but she was I believe it was sixth grade. She was my sixth grade teacher, and we had respect for her. We would never talk to her in a demeaning way.
Mrs. Hayes, is she still around?
That's a great question. I
shout out.
I don't know. I can't remember her first name, but she was influential.
Okay.
She was.
Okay, well, we're going to take our first break, and when we come back, we're going to talk about what happens around. I really want to know the athletics. Where are we in wrestling during high school and college? When we come back.
Okay.
Hello, and we are back. Okay, Ron, let's talk about, you have now met your future wife. You're in college. Are you wrestling in college?
I'm wrestling in college.
Okay, and that was a scholarship situation, a recruitment situation?
No scholarship. So I was an okay wrestler. I mean,
I'm sure you were better than okay, but
in knowing what I know now,
okay.
I can confidently tell you that you know how you don't know what you don't know?
Sure.
And that was the exact thing. I thought I was good. I thought I was good because in 8th grade, I came a match away from from going to state.
Okay.
Right. And so, my coaches were hyping me up, but then I went to high school and I just didn't do very well my freshman year. Sophomore year, did better. I mean, I continued to get better, but we didn't have, at the time, my freshman and sophomore year, we didn't have a very good high school wrestling coach. Our wrestling coach was the defensive coordinator for the football team.
Okay. So kind of just slopped together a little bit.
Correct.
Okay.
And he did not know a lot about wrestling.
Okay. That's tough.
And then came a guy named Jeff Pritz, who was a firefighter, went to Millikan University, had a kid that was, I think they started wrestling in the wrestling club in Decatur.
Okay.
But I think he saw the same things that a lot of people were seeing, that we needed a guy that had actually knows how to coach,
Sure.
wrestled before, and Jeff took on, he took on that role and started building up recruiting some kids, got some kids off of the football team to come out, and I think my senior year we were 500 in duels, so we had gotten enough kids together that we could start competing with some other teams.
Okay. In generally speaking, has the sport of wrestling, in your opinion, increased, decreased, or stay the same in popularity?
Oh man, it's a really tough question. But in my view, it's a very biased view though, because I'm in the sport.
Yeah, sure.
I'm going to say that it's increased.
Okay.
Without a doubt, I believe it's increased.
Okay.
Just because, for one, girls wrestling is big. Before girls were wrestling boys, there might be one girl on a team. I don't think we ever had any girls that wrestled at MacArthur when I was there.
Okay.
Muhammad at the time had a girl that was really good, a young lady named Mary Kelly, who
Yes.
Most people in the wrestling community know of Mary, but Mary was she was good. She was
and cute as a button.
cute. Yes.
Yes.
Very
okay.
attractive.
Yeah.
very attractive young female. She was good. She was out there beating the pants off of a bunch of boys. But that's the only girl that I can remember. There might have been a couple others, but where now, I think at Central this past year, we had 6 girls.
No way.
I mean, in the wrestling club this year, I had 7 or 8 girls.
And this is intermixed with boys.
Correct.
So are girls competing against boys? What's the rules?
So it depends on the governing organization. But
Okay. Like Unit 4, let's say that.
Unit 4, for the high school, they're trying to get girls wrestling just other girls.
Okay.
And I don't know all the policies and stuff involved in but I would say there might be a chance that a girl can wrestle a boy currently in Unit 4 or within the IHSA.
Okay.
But when you get to the state series, it's your chest wrestling girls.
Wow.
And there's a guy in the community, Ben Montez, who was a big advocate for women's wrestling. And he always told me, he said, girls love wrestling other girls. Like, you will see your girls get better when they are wrestling they're practicing with other girls and competing against other girls. And Ben was 10,000% right.
Versus boys.
Or
that would be nerve-wracking and intimidating?
All of it.
Yeah.
I mean, yes.
Okay. That makes total sense. So you will go to college and play and wrestle.
Correct.
Okay.
So I graduated from MacArthur, wrestled 4 years there, and then Millikan started recruiting me my senior year.
Okay.
It wasn't some super sexy, you know what I mean, NIL. I'm getting scholarship offers. There was never any athletic money put out there, but wanted to wrestle.
You liked it.
I liked it.
Loved it.
I did. I don't think I realized I loved it at the time. And it's kind of one of those sports that I truly feel like there's very few people that love wrestling.
Yeah, you do. Yeah.
It's but it's something that you realize that you love after it's done.
Okay. I want to talk about, tell me about cutting weight. Let's get into the nitty gritties here.
Okay.
Cutting weight, I'm sure there's strict rules in place now. Back when you were in high school, was that a big thing to cut dramatic amounts of weight in a short time?
So at the program that I was at, no. At MacArthur High School, we weren't cutting a bunch of weight. Now, I will say, kids that were serious, and I was one of the serious kids on my wrestling team.
Okay.
I played football around 165 pounds, and I cut down to 140 pounds.
Okay.
Right.
To wrestle.
To wrestle. I didn't have to do that, but I knew that I needed to be bigger to play football and that I would be more competitive around 140 pounds. So I watched what I ate. I did extra workouts.
All on your own.
Yes.
No one was telling you to do it.
No one. No.
Yeah. Sheesh. Okay. So you were able to, that's 25 pounds.
Right.
From season to season.
Yeah, not every season.
Okay.
I would say my senior year for sure, it was 25 pounds, roughly, give and take on, what day, I start, where I was at. But I'm pretty sure I was about 165 pounds. And I know I wrestled at 140 my senior year.
So you weren't running around in like an aluminum foil suit to sweat?
Sometimes things happen like that.
So crazy.
I'm not promoting anybody to do those things. And that is illegal. I mean,
it is.
It is illegal.
Okay.
It is illegal.
Now.
So, it was probably illegal then.
Oh, okay.
And there was no coach that was saying, you have to lose 5 more pounds, go put on this. So it was probably one of those things that I was watching my weight and I would throw a garbage bag on and go run a mile before practice or after.
Okay.
But no coach was saying, do this.
Okay. Cauliflower ear.
Yep.
Have you ever had that?
I did. I got it.
Oh my God.
I had some in college.
Okay.
It hurts.
What is it? Explain what it is.
So it is a bruise on the around the cartilage of your ear.
Okay.
And you get it. Boxers sometimes get it. MMA fighters, wrestlers, football players. You can get it if you take your helmet off real hard. But it's usually repeated rubbing.
Jeez. Okay.
And it's just a big old bruise, or just fluid there.
Okay.
The thing about the ear is there's not a lot of vessels that can take that blood and absorb it back into your body.
Okay.
So it stays there.
For how long?
Until you get it drained or until it gets hard.
That's brutal.
It's not as bad as what it thinks, and in the wrestling world, it is a badge of honor.
Oh, it is.
It is. So
Okay.
I don't know if you've ever met Mark Johnson.
Yes.
Okay. So typically, if you're a wrestling guy and you meet Mark and he knows that you're a wrestling guy, he's gonna want you to feel his ears.
No way.
You can ask Jeff Scott one day. It's kind of, but he's really really proud of his ears.
That is so funny.
But
they don't look like a typical ear.
no, you can tell. I was at the
They've been through some trauma.
for sure.
Okay.
Yes.
Ringworm from the mats.
Yes.
Is this a common thing?
Common thing? Ringworm happens. If you've wrestled long enough and you haven't gotten ringworm, I don't know what you were doing.
Really? Okay.
Ringworm, it's a real thing, but it's a treatable. It's treatable.
Okay.
For parents that have never been around wrestling.
Yes.
Their face usually tells it, and they're like, I don't know if I can allow my kid to do that. But ringworm is really common. It's really easy to get, but it's also really easy to cure.
Okay. After wrestling, after your senior year of college, what are we going to graduate in? What's your major?
Major. I was a nursing major.
Nursing. Okay.
Nursing.
So you wanted that to be that out of the gate?
No. That was another story. I mean, in high school, I had an extra period in my senior year, and I didn't have anything going on. So I spent it with the school nurse. And a lady named Janet Runn, and she kept talking to me. She said, "You should go into nursing school." And I said, I'm not doing that because I'm not wiping anybody's butt.
Oh, that's what you said. Okay.
And that's for women.
Okay. That was my next question.
Right?
Yeah.
So I was fitting the stereotypes together. And I kind of blew her off. I enjoyed, she was great. And she was a super nice lady, role model. I didn't realize at the time that her husband was a nurse anesthetist.
Okay.
I think she told me that. I didn't process it.
Okay.
But at some point after I graduated and going to Millikan, I was like, I think I want to be in healthcare. I just don't know where. And I got a book by Pfizer I think Pfizer was one of the drug companies
Sure.
that had all of the nursing jobs in it.
Okay.
And it had flight nursing, trauma nursing, forensics, critical care, anesthesia. It had all of these things. And I was like, wow, this is kind of cool. And I found out that most of your classes in college were hands-on.
And you liked that. That appealed to you.
Yes, absolutely.
How did you start to spend your time with the school nurse? I mean, how does that relationship evolve?
I don't have an answer to it. I don't know. I don't even know how because I wasn't someone that was in. I wasn't in I wasn't in the principal's office.
Yeah.
I wasn't in the nurse's office. I didn't take any real medication. I have no idea.
Interesting. Okay.
And
for whatever reason, you were put in her life, and vice versa.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
That's a good question. I never thought about that, but I don't know.
Okay. But regardless, this will play a huge part in your future.
Absolutely.
Okay. And you choose what to get to what's the next step? Do you have to get a bigger degree, clinical hours? What's the next?
So the next step was just declaring my major.
Okay.
So I fortunate for me, I kind of stayed within a healthcare related track. So I took, my gen ed requirements. I stayed with taking, a couple of chemistry courses. I did a little bit of background to say, okay, if I go down a nursing path, I probably shouldn't be in economics, right? So I really like chemistry. I like physics, and that was from another teacher in high school, Miss Matthews, who I loved. I really liked chemistry. I didn't think I wanted to be that to be my major, but she instilled something there about competing in that room. That was a big part of me wanting to kind of push myself in the classroom.
Wow. Okay, you had some real good, strong role models, it sounds like, in the teaching system.
Yes.
Okay. We are going to take our second break, and when we come back, we'll talk about declaring a major and what you ended up doing right outside of school.
Okay.
And we are back. Okay. Question. We talked about you're going to really decide that you